Well, I think Roy probably starts more at the MLS level because typically they want the feeds from us in order to put some back-end product to that. So I think it's very important for MLSs to be very forward-thinking. Roy, as everything about this conference has been about the web API and that piece, which will, allow its quicker load times for everyone. Standardizing the data is so critical to our industry right now to get that standard fields across things. So I think as quickly as the MLS can adapt those guidelines, those standards, really embrace the technology that is out there. It seems like a lot of other industries have done it. We just got to get there. Once we do that, I think what happens then for the broker, whatever backend product they want to enable in their company, it will make it so much more seamless versus having to map all those fields every time a vendor comes in. And that, a vendor, I sometimes feel very sorry for the vendors because every MLS they go to, it's different and all that time it takes. So I think that is the key for the brokers. And a lot of times I know from my own experience of being a broker owner, we didn't know what we didn't know, to be quite frank with you. And so a lot of times they don't know the questions to ask or anything like that, and know that there is technology out there that is available to do that in order to help them bring on these back-end products that, helps give them some maybe points of differentiation in the marketplace. Well, I think, I don't have that IT background. So I kind of came from, being a broker owner and kind of, a business perspective to things. But so this is my second reso. So I went to the spring one and I'm here. And one of the things you find out is that I start to at least get familiar with the terminology so that I feel that I'm more educated to that. And that was kind of my first reso with that. And I'm blessed to have a great support IT team at our organization, so I'm blessed. So they really know what they're doing, and so they handle a lot of this, but it's nice for me to know the terminology and also understands the opportunities that are out here, what I love about reso is a couple things when I come here. You either find out some partnerships are happening between companies and you're like, well, we need to be doing that. Or, we're in the process of doing, enabled a new CRM and a new payment portal. And now they're all API for us. What's so great to come here, you kind of got verification we did, that my system administrator and myself were here to say, hey, we did the right thing. And so it helps, I think, verify if you are doing some things that you are moving down the right path, and then you really get the opportunity to see other partnerships that are forming and how you can maybe bring those into your organization and make it better to better serve the members at the end. I kind of have this saying for us, without the brokers, there will be no MLS. And so at the end of the day, I just feel we're just kind of borrowing the data for them. And we're trying to, with that data, help create an effective marketplace for them to work and, make a living, both for the agents and for the broker. So I never view that the data is ours. We are the steward of the data. We are there to protect the data for them. But at the end of the day, it's really theirs. And I always try to keep that in mind in everything that we do. We try to give them access in any way that we can to use their data for what they need to use it for to run their companies. So I guess I have a different position on that. My position is it's not ours. We don't own it. It's kind of that we're just getting in to borrow it and help put it in a format that allows them to, like I say, have an effective marketplace and for them to use it for what they need for. So that's typically, I think, is always theirs. At the spring when I went up to Sam, and I mentioned something to him, and I try to get it done for this conference, but I think it's important what I would like to do that I think is so valuable to the brokers, because a lot of times, as I said, the brokers are busy running their companies. And, according to the size of the company, they may have internal IT staff or they may not have internal IT staff. But I think brokers should either be attending themselves, which I think is great, because there's a lot of times, I know the business track this time has a lot of broker pieces to that. And that's one of the reasons I actually come, because I want to hear what are the pain points to those brokers so that we have the opportunity to go back and maybe hopefully we can do better things for our brokers. But the other thing when I talked to Sam was, and this is kind of a mission of mine and hopefully it can be for your spring conference, is I would like to invite some of the larger brokers who have those internal IT staff. They should come here, because sometimes they don't understand how everything works between a program they're bringing on to how it's going to work to get the data from the MLS. And maybe it helps everyone to kind of have that rising tides raise everyone, and that we get that opportunity that when we say API, they kind of understand what we mean and those sort of things. And when we have challenges maybe with a vendor, they understand maybe why we're having those challenges of how they're mapping those fields and things. So I think it's for a lot of different personnel should be here. I think it's from the CEOs of MLSs to if they have an internal IT staff, they should be here. But the brokers should be taking an active participant, because data is what it really is about. I heard one of your speakers the other day say, now data is more of a commodity than oil is anymore. And so I think, more we can get to the table, more we can have this collaborative thought process. It helps every aspect of our industry, from the MLS to the brokers to the vendors, everyone in one. One of the undertakings we're doing right now is kind of just reviewing all of our rules and regs. And part of those rules and regs sometimes is how different, different fields and different rules around those business rules for those fields are. So we actually made, through this process, what our board has agreed for us to be able to do is we said, let's do every change to meet RISO standards. Let's just do that. And because we all need to move there and we can't wait to keep moving there. And so we actually, for us, it was so important with our data say, look, every decision we make about what the field has, anything, let's just say, let's use the guiding principle, doesn't meet RISO standards, and go from there. And our board really got that. When we said, when we're doing these changes, it's not just that we're doing changes to make changes happen. We're doing it because this is where we want to go. I know we're certified under the RISO standards, but we want to get to the highest, the best level. So why don't we start making decisions that way? And again, I'm blessed that our board says we agree with that we got to get there. I told them it's not a matter of if, it's just a matter of when. And why don't we just do it now and keep moving forward with it? And every product that we did, is working with that API. Even everything that we do for any vendor we bring on, that's so important to us that they're a part of the RISO standards for us.